Hey everyone from North London to Wembley here, game week 26 time. 10 matches, some huge swings in the table possible, and a couple that are giving me proper nerves. As a Spurs fan, you'll hear it in my voice when we hit Tottenham Newcastle. So I'll do my breakdown for each game like normal and get my scoreline as normal, and then your community poll result for that match after the breakdowns as normal. So let's go. Chelsea coming with momentum. 4 wins in their last 5 in all comps, including a 3-1 victory at Wolves on the weekend and a 3-2 win over West Ham before that, plus a big European away win at Napoli. That's tangible attacking rhythm returning. From Guide on the league site shows the contrast nicely. Chelsea have put together wins versus Fulham, Brentford and Palace over the last few weeks, while Leeds' last 5 includes a heavy 4-0 defeat versus Arsenal before they bounced back with a 3-1 win over Forest. Head-to-head in recent seasons as title Blues 6 wins in the last 9, and the market previews broadly lean Chelsea at the bridge. Expect Chelsea's midfield control to beat Leeds' press if the spaces open early. Everton have quietly gone 5 unbeaten in the league and just pulled off a gutsy 2-1 away win at Fulham. The wrinkle, they've struggled to turn their new home, Hill Dickinson, into a fortress with more draws than wins. Bournemouth arrive unbeaten in 5, including a wild 3-2 win over Liverpool and a 2-0 win at Wolves, and a good point against Aston Villa at home. So their attack is serious punch, even if the away defensive record is leaky. Numbers outlooks are tight. Multiple model previews put this near 40, 28, 32 type probabilities with 1-1 the modal draw, but tip Everton 2-1 or 1-0 as the most likely home wins. Squad notes: Everton obviously missed Jack Grealish with a foot injury for the rest of the season and could miss the World Cup as well. Even if he was going to get picked in the squad, I don't know. But while Bournemouth have a cluster of absences like Ben Doak, Tavernier, Clivert, Tyler Adams, etc., bottom line, Goodison factor plus Everton's defensive baseline versus Bournemouth's chaotic away form. I'll side narrow home edge. Right, Spurs. Again, this one hurts. Tottenham are winless in the league in 2026 and just lost at Old Trafford, where Romero's red means a 4-game ban. On top of that, a doggy is out for 4 to 5 weeks, and there's a long injury list now. Porrison, Richarlison, Bentancur, Bergvall, Kudus, Maddison, Kulusevski, all of them. Jed Spencer's back, but it's still a patched back line. Newcastle's away form isn't great this season, and they're coming off a frustrating 3-2 home loss to Brentford. But Spurs' defensive reshuffle, Dragosin in, Romero out, plus the lack of width with Porro and a doggy missing is a bad recipe against Newcastle's transition threats. As a Spurs fan, I want to back us, but the data and absences are screaming trap. United are the form team right now under Carrick. Wins over City, Arsenal, Fulham and Spurs in a row. And they can do the 5 so the guy can cut his hair in a result here. Their attack has scored in 14 straight matches and they look control versus Spurs. West Ham, though, are revived under Nuno. 4 wins in 5 across all comps and a big 2-0 win at Burnley last time out. They've also taken points in recent meetings and have a sneaky good home record versus United in recent years. But Todibo is suspended still, and Modal's markets lean United by a goal. So I'm going to agree and hope and pray that guy can cut his hair with a win for United here tonight. Villa Park used to be a cheat code, but recent weeks have been wobblier. A loss versus Brentford 1-0, a draw at Bournemouth 1-1. Even so, Villa's overall table position in the top 4 mix and underlying chance creation at home still rate well. Brighton have laboured lately, draws and a derby loss to Palace, and haven't been as clinical. The predictive models like a Villa win are approximately 50% with 2-1 or 1-0, the likeliest scorelines. Injury lists also tilt slightly Villa's way. Brighton have had key absentees in recent weeks, and Villa typically raise intensity at home. Palace finally snapped a bad run with a statement derby win at Brighton, who won 1-0, and now come home to a Burnley side winless in 16 league games and beaten 2-0 by West Ham at the weekend. Modal's strongly lean Palace most common project is 1-0 or 2-0. Injuries: Palace still have some absentees, Decore, Mateta nearly returning, but Burnley's list is longer. Cullen, Amdouni, etc. Tactically, Glasner's sides have tightened the mid-block and look more comfortable, predicting a 1-goal lead than earlier in the season, so I'm going to back them to do it. City's title push is alive after a dramatic 2-1 win at Anfield, and they historically own this matchup, unbeaten in 25 versus Fulham and 14 straight wins head-to-head across comps. Even with some injuries, Gvardiol, Kovacic, Doku's close but returning The depth is absurd, and the Etihad data trends are ruthless. Fulham have been streaky, three losses in their last 4 league matches, and head to the Etihad right after a home defeat to Everton. Modal previews are lopsided towards City by multiple outcomes, so I'm going to agree with them and go 2-0 to City. Forest were poor at Leeds, but they've been better at the City ground and face a Wolves side bottom of the table with 1 league win all season and 3 straight defeats coming in. Multiple model reads make Forest 50%, 57% approximately favourites, with 1-0 or 2-0 the likeliest. Forest injuries up front, for example Chris Wood, have limited options, but Wolves' attack has been anemic, and they've obviously lost Strand Larsen now. And so sub-1 XG performances and limited shot volume have become a theme. I still think Wolves nick one via a set play or a transition, but Forest's chance creation at home should edge it for me, so I'm going to go for a Forest win. Sunderland have been a brilliant story in mid-table, but 3-0 at Arsenal exposed the gap to the top 2. Liverpool just lost a heartbreaker to City, but in general they're still generating chances and have multiple attacking configurations, even while juggling right-back issues like Frimpong and Bradley out and Gomez fitness watched. Previews tilt Liverpool approximately 50% to win, with a 1-0 or a 2-0 most common outcomes. Sunderland's home energy is real, and usually I don't back Sunderland to lose at home, but Liverpool's firepower and set-piece threats should tell over 90. So I am going to go for a Sunderland loss at home for once. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Liverpool. This is scary. Arsenal are pure, and again, 4 wins on the spin. It's so boring. 3 straight clean sheets before City's late Anfield heroics kept the title race tight. They haven't lost many London derbies away in the last few seasons, and the data and previews call this edge Arsenal, with some fitness questions around attacking pieces. Brentford, though, are flying away from home lately and just pulled off back-to-back road wins at Villa and Newcastle, 2 very hard grounds to go to in the Premier League. At the G-Tech, they're competitive, but models still make this Arsenal by a goal-type game, especially with Igor Thiago carrying such a heavy scoring load. And I'm going to have to agree with it, sadly. I really hope I'm wrong, but I'm going to go with an Arsenal win. Alright, now that I've given all my predictions, let's take a look at what you guys voted for in the community tab this week. Full Chelsea sweep, every single one of you backed them. Leeds did not get a single vote. You lot are heavily backing Bournemouth away from home, big difference from my prediction. All of you are backing Spurs. I love the faith. Obviously, I just don't fully trust us right now, and I haven't been for quite some time. Pretty split, but majority with United, fair enough. Most of you went Villa, though Brighton got a surprising amount of votes. Pretty clear Palace majority, lines up with what I predicted too. A perfect split, half of you going for one of the biggest upsets of the season. Oscar Bob doing something against his former club maybe. Another total 50-50, no draw voters anywhere for Forest versus Wolves. Liverpool dominating the votes, no surprise there. Strong Arsenal support, pretty much what I expected unfortunately as well, is what I'm going for. And that's my game week 26 slate. Breakdowns done, my scores in, and your community picks right after each. Drop your exact scorelines below, and if you would disagree with me on Spurs Newcastle, I totally understand. I hope I'm wrong as well, especially with the Arsenal one as well. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be back with my reaction to Spurs Newcastle later and next week's predictions for the FA Cup. So come on you Spurs, please.